Good day and welcome to the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the Voice of Reason. So, in this Horn of Africa update, I wanted to discuss some information that is coming out of western Tigray near the Sudanese border. So, apparently, the Ethiopian army is claiming that it intercepted a fairly significant sized element of the Tigrayan Defense Forces that was attempting to move from Sudan into the Tigray region. This unit was in excess of 300 plus personnel that was reportedly carrying some sophisticated communication devices and equipment that would be used inside of the Tigray region. Now, first, I would say take very little information that comes from the Ethiopian Ministry of Defense. Much of the information that is coming from leadership level of the Ethiopian Ministry of Defense is actually being spoon-fed by the state of Eritrea, especially, and this is very important, especially when it pertains to operations that were allegedly conducted around and near the city of Himora. We know that there are significant Eritrean forces in western Tigray. We also know that many Ethiopian units are under corps commands of the Eritrean army. So they're taking their orders from the Eritrean army. We also know that tens of thousands of Tigray region fighting age males and even non-fighting age males and women have disappeared and moved someplace inside of Eritrea. Now the question is, as the Eritrean army and as the Ethiopian army continued to become frustrated with the hit and run tactics, the guerrilla style warfare that is being conducted by the Tigray Defense Forces, which it must. There's not too many options it has other than that method of warfare. What would be the reaction of the Eritrean army and thus also the Ethiopian army? Well, you cannot rule out that these thousands of captives that have been moved into Eritrea and are most likely in some form of concentration camp type facility could have been moved after interrogation and summarily executed near the border of Sudan. You cannot rule that out. Past performances are indicative of future operations when it comes to Eritrea and now Ethiopia as well. They have proven that they are willing to commit extrajudicial killings. They have proven that they are willing to execute prisoners that they have captured in combat, even if they are unsure of their combatant status, whether they are actually civilian or possible combatant who tossed his weapon. There's many video documentation that has been released that shows this. It has actually happened and continues to happen. So with this recent incident that occurred, again, in an area in which we are certain Eritrea has operational control, why would not Eritrea do things that it has done in the past in regards to crimes against humanity and other violations that that simply violate the rules of and the conduct of armed conflict? This could very well be one of these cases. So again, take information you hear, especially when it's coming from the Ethiopian government. At this point, its credibility is very little, very, very, very little. It says one thing, and then a month later, it has to come back and correct itself. And I would go all the way to the Prime Minister's office, in which he has called this operation in the Tigray region a law enforcement operation, and still does. This is not a law enforcement operation. This is not what a law enforcement operation looks like. In terms of civilian casualties, 0 civilian casualties. And now we know that's not the case. So again, especially when operational reports are coming from, most likely, the despotic regime of Isaias Afwerki, be very careful what you're digesting. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.